I was always ambitious and dreamt of building my own business. But every day felt like I was wasting my time, and I did. I wasn't really making progress towards my goals. Instead of working on my business, I was watching YouTube videos and staying up late, while I could have been working hard and educating myself correctly. But the reason why I failed consistently at making progress towards becoming financially free is because I was doing the wrong habits. I tried to take action before I got clear on who I actually wanted to be. I had my goal in mind, but not the habits that were supportive of it. That made me doubt myself. I was absolutely insecure because I had to wake up with this desire of, yes, I want to build my business. I'm going to go to work, which I really don't want to do, to be honest, but I guess I'll have to do it since I don't have a business up and running yet. Being at work and thinking to myself, I could be accomplishing so much more than I actually am doing right here, but yet I'm not. So I become energized to start putting in the efforts after work, but then the same cycle would repeat again. The problem was that I knew what I wanted, but I hadn't clearly set it out on paper. Because the thing is, when you have things in your mind, they're just in your mind. It's not concrete. You literally have to put it down, write it on paper, set deadlines, set certain numbers that you want to accomplish within a given time frame. That is when it suddenly starts to become real. Then you'll be like, shit. Like, it's not just in my mind. I have it mapped out. And when I did that, I start questioning myself, okay, who is it that I should become? Because right now, the habits that I'm doing aren't really aligned to the goal that I want to accomplish. Like, I'm supposed to be working hard on my business after work, but what am I doing after work? I'm smoking weed. Well, why is that? Well, because I feel stressed and I don't really want to go back to work, so I want to forget about it. So as I mapped out the man that I wanted to become, it showed me all the things that I was doing that were misaligned to accomplishing my goals. So I decided for myself that I would not tolerate being misaligned anymore. That whenever I would get home from work, I would not even allow myself to have the opportunity to smoke weed. I would create this routine, this rhythm, this system for myself to be doing other things. And, there's a little bit of an issue in the beginning with that. When you start doing it, you will have the inclination to do the old habits because that's the old identity that you have within yourself. The key would help me is to, as rough as it sounds, to simply force me through the discomfort, to force me through the hassle, to feel that insecurity inside of me of what the hell am I doing? I'm not really aligned to what I want to do, which I actually am, but it makes me feel like I'm not because I am accustomed to my old identity, the old habits that I was doing, which weren't in the first place getting me closer to my goals, but they are what I was continuously doing. And habits take some time to be overcome. And what I've noticed with myself and what worked for me is to force myself, is to create a routine, to create a system of that ideal life that I want to have after I had mapped out the man that I wanted to become and what habits I needed to do, and simply force myself to be it. And did I fail often? Yeah, I failed a lot of times. Way too many times even. It was difficult because it's you trying to override who you were before, trying to become the man that you really desired to be. So what did I do? I stopped hanging out with friends that weren't really aligned with where I wanted to go. I stopped doing the habits that weren't aligned with where I wanted to go. I stopped dating a girl who I was with for 2.5 years because I noticed that she wasn't really part of the bigger plan that I wanted to accomplish. I stopped smoking weed. I stopped wasting time in bed, and I started seeing myself as a professional. And what is a professional for me? Somebody who is on time, somebody who is clean, somebody who wakes up on time, somebody who is well taken care of, somebody who is in shape, somebody who is doing the things that he promised himself to do, regardless of how they feel. And I was continuously telling myself and reminding myself that every day I am not doing the tasks that I'm supposed to be doing and not following through on the habits that I promised myself that I will do, which are clearly aligned to the man that I want to be. I'm only making sure that my future self is going to suffer, and he's going to regret himself, and he's going to hate himself, because that is the man that I was in the past. But now, 3 years later, of me consistently going through it, consistently pushing and persevering from that moment, like from that pain that I was experiencing of regret. I don't regret myself anymore. I am now somewhat living in a way that I am proud of myself. Not even in a way, I am proud of myself because I know and I can trust that every day I'm consistently making progress towards becoming the man that I promised myself that I will be. I am continuously aligned to the habits that get me closer to becoming financially free, to building my business, to have an amazing life that I can create for my family, to create such a good legacy for my children, that I can be able to provide them the right education for them to accomplish their goals, for them to get where they want to go. Not having them go through the system that is out right now when you go to public schools. Instead, I will be able to invest into the right teachers that will make sure that they're correctly educated on the things that they need to know in order to move forward and to progress in life. That's the sacrifice that I'm willing to make for my children. And that is the sacrifice that I am making for my children. Before, in the past, when I came home from work, what would I do? Smoke weed, do stupid shit like watching YouTube videos, Netflix, binge watching it, overthinking, staying up late, waking up in the morning, not having the energy to do anything else, having that desire to achieve my goals, but being unable to align myself to them. To now waking up, doing a little morning routine, going to my full-time job, which I stopped hating, honestly, because it's aligned to me becoming the greatest version of myself and to me becoming financially free. After work, coming home and working on my business, like for example, scripting these videos, thinking about what I can say. And then in the weekends, I spend my time recording the videos, editing the videos, scheduling the videos, and continuously thinking about my business, how I can improve it. I work out to maintain the physique that I have, to make sure that I'm still in shape, still sharp, still feel good, still am energized. On Sundays I prioritize to evaluate how my week has went, to see where I did things that could have been improved, if they are really aligned, if the habits that I did are really aligned to my goals, and keeping myself in check. Is it hard? Yeah, honestly, it is. It's not easy. It's very difficult, actually. But what's so beautiful about this is that because it's so difficult, and if you manage to persevere, you will win. Because a lot of people crumble during these moments. A lot of people cannot deal with the challenges. They cannot deal with the difficulty that it has. You have to literally face your old self while you are implementing the new habits. You have to override the man that you were before. You're literally suffering. It took me 3 years to get to the point where I'm at right now, but that doesn't mean it has to take 3 years for you. So if you're a man who's tired of trying to figure this all out on his own, and you want to overcome the habits that are holding you back from you accomplishing the goals that you have set out for yourself, then scroll down to the comment section right now. There will be a link where you can book your free 101 clarity call with me. In 30 minutes, I'll walk you through my Freedom Foundation method, which is the same system I used to go from somebody who was wasting his time to now relentlessly being focused on his goals consistently. So don't wait any longer. Go claim your spot right now. And always remember that you are 100% responsible for the results in your life. Make the hard decision today, and I'll see you in the next one. All right? Bye-bye.